Hello, folks. Welcome to the Vinson Voice, a weekly television show where we talk about what's going on in and around your Carl Vinson VA Medical Center. I'm your host, Greg Swartz, and today I got a special guest with me today. He is one of the first faces you'll see at the VA because he sits up there at the information desk. He's our information receptionist, Mr. Thomas Edmond. How you doing, Mr. Edmond?
Hi, how are you?
All right. Glad to have you on the show today.
Glad to be on the show today.
That's right. So we're talking off camera a little bit. You're an Army veteran.
Yes.
You did 3 years, and also a Vietnam War veteran.
Yes.
All right, and you were a combat engineer.
Yes.
In Vietnam. Wow, it's guys, we like to blow stuff up. So yeah, I always like my combat engineers because we like blowing stuff up. That's what I'm talking about. I still kind of try to keep that little tradition going. On the July 4th.
Yeah.
I like getting the big, huge fireworks and going out in some field and blowing stuff up. That's what I love doing. Yeah. So what kind of things did you do while you're in Vietnam?
Well, we did on mine sweeping teams, and we whenever the infantrymen find a cache, they'll call us in or they'll fly us in, and we'll go out and we blow it up and then return back to base. Yeah,
that's what we had to do when we were in Desert Storm. We found that cache, that weapons caches or them ammo dumps and stuff. We had to call in you guys to blow that stuff up.
Yeah. Also
minefields too. I can remember one time in Desert Storm when I was out. Me and my squad, we were looking in a bunker complex, and we were kind of clearing it. It was actually already cleared. We were just kind of searching it and checking it out, make sure everything was okay. But we had actually walked into a minefield.
Wow.
Yeah, me and my team leader did. And what I used to do was I usually just took my Kevlar off and then just dropped it on the ground. This time I just kind of had it underneath my arm, here, and I'm glad I did that because I just happened to look down, and there was one of them little popper mines right there at my feet. Anti-personnel, I saw it, I was like, your heart kind of skips a little bit, and you're like, everybody stop. And we just kind of, me and my team leader are the ones that had walked into the minefield. We're the only two that did. And we just kind of had to look back, and fortunately the wind hadn't blown our footprints away. We just kind of backtracked out and called in them engineers, and that was it. But yeah, it was like, man, if I would have dropped that Kevlar that time, boom.
I remember the first time we got down, I went on a mine sweeping team. By me being the newbie, I had to do the mine sweeping.
Oh yeah. And that was the thing with the long pole with the little round thing on the end of it.
Thing on you doing the
Wow, the metal detector basically is what it was. Man, so anyway, like I said, you are the face of the VA. You're the first person that our folks see working with our volunteer service. And I mean, what gets you coming back every day? How does that feel to be the first person that everybody pretty much sees when they walk into the VA?
Well, it is it's an honor to me to serve those who come after me.
Absolutely.
And by me being a veteran, and by me being through the programs here, I know how most of the guys feel when they walk through the doors,
Right.
And I'm there to try to assist them and to get them the help that they need, and get them the places where they need to go, to who they need to see.
That's right.
In order to get them function again back into society.
Right. And you've been volunteering here for about 6-7 years, something like that. Yeah. And then we finally were able to bring you on from a volunteer to a VA employee.
Yes.
And that's awesome. It's a way for you to give back.
Yeah.
Giving back to these veterans and stuff. And like I said, I'm glad we got you hired on and stuff. And but yeah, getting folk, because you pretty much lose people after the first left around here.
Yeah.
And they're looking for somebody else to help them out and stuff.
Yeah, especially, the first thing when they walk through, man, this is a huge place.
Yeah.
I said, no, this is not huge, man. This is not huge.
That's right.
But it's huge to me.
Yeah, it is.
How long did it take you to find out where you're going?
Right.
I said, well, this is a simple place. I mean, once you got to be in tune to what you want to learn.
Right.
And how you want to learn quickly. You want to learn this place. But, and finally, so after they come back for more than 3 or 4 visits, and, they start
to get it.
Yeah, they start to get it.
That's it. Well, that's awesome. It's good to have that smiling face up there at the front desk, because they're already a little upset because they had to drive like an hour, maybe 2 hours to get here, and then they got to deal with the parking.
Yes.
Got to get in here before 7 o'clock to get those labs. They're hungry, they're thirsty, and then once they get them labs done, so their agitation levels already up here.
It's pretty, and I try to help them to bring it down a notch, because get them to understand that we are here to help them.
Absolutely. That's it.
I mean, we get up out of our beds to come here. You see, it took me a while another reason why I'm doing this, because when I first started coming here, I was like them.
Yeah.
But then after I started volunteering and, start working around here, and then, I noticed that these people are here to help us.
That's right.
And so, you kind of have to go easy on the attitude towards the people that are trying to help you.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta bring them down from here down to here. This is what I call this a unicorn and butterfly zone. You gotta bring it down here to see them unicorns and butterflies and stuff. But I can't think of anybody better to do it than you, because I've known you for a couple of years here since you've been doing this, and I've seen you going down throughout the hospital and all, and then. You've always got that. You'll think, this man is a bear of a man, and once you get to talking to him, oh man, you're like, oh yeah, he's really a teddy bear. But yeah, he's got a warm, friendly face, warm, friendly demeanor, and for you to be one of the first people that they see at the VA, I don't think we could have picked anybody any better.
No, thank you. I sure like it. I mean, I like what I do.
Yeah.
I really like what I do.
And that's what you got to do. You got to feel it. You got to feel it.
You have to feel it.
In order to love what we do. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So Mr. Edmond, thank you for being on the show today.
Okay.
Everybody, this is Mr. Thomas Edmond. He is our information receptionist there at the front desk. He will be the first man you see when you come through the door, and he's going to greet you with a smile and a handshake. All right. So this is the man right here. All right. All right. So folks, we'll be back with more Vinson Voice.
Bailey's Flooring is a proud sponsor of high school football. Count on the team at Bailey's Flooring for quality name brand carpet and flooring with professional installation. Bailey's Flooring has all the latest product innovations and is a proven contractor of commercial and residential customers. And check out the selection of vinyl and carpet in stock at Bailey's Flooring. Call 290-6084.
Mid-State Pools and Spas knows pools, in-ground pools to above-ground pools. Mid-State Pools and Spas has over 35 years in the industry, building over 3,000 pools. We build all of our own pools, never subcontracting the work out. So if you're ready to build a pool, renovate a pool, or if you need weekly maintenance or liner replacement with a full 20-year warranty, call the professionals at Mid-State Pools and Spas. Visit our showroom today at 2273 Veterans Boulevard in Dublin and see the new line of Marquee Spas. For the ultimate in hot tub experiences, choose Marquee Spas. Also, see our new selection of casual patio furniture, available now at our showroom, Mid-State Pools and Spas, where we know pools.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Vinson Voice. I'm your host, Greg Swartz, and I got a very special guest that just flew in today. All right, so come on in. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's right. You see him. Former host of the Vinson Voice, Dr. Frank Jordan.
Hello.
And stuff. He's up here visiting us today from Brunswick, from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, where you have been at for almost a year.
Almost a year. The
19th will be a year. Mm-hmm. That's right, man. And so you're training, you're instructing leadership.
I teach in the Leadership Institute, and we teach, of course, basic leadership concepts, but a lot of things related to that. I was really excited about teaching at Leadership Institute because throughout my life, most of the time as an adult, I've been in supervisory positions.
Right.
And I realized, fairly quickly when I was young, I realized that the critical thing to making excellence happen in an organization is quality of your leadership.
Absolutely.
And your education.
Yep,
Your
that's
education
right.
stuff. You get those two things working and then make that the support for a customer service mentality.
Oh, yeah.
You can do anything. That's
That's
why
right.
Disney World, Southwest Airlines, and Mayo Clinic.
There you go.
And our own police department were
Yeah.
here when I was chief of police.
Yep.
We made customer service a focus, and
That's
it works.
right.
It works.
It does.
But you got to bring it down to an operational level, Greg, so
Right.
that people see it as practical as learning to for cops. Practical as shooting a gun, driving a car.
Yep.
And that's what I try to teach our folks. I said, now we're going to bring it down from the ethereal plane
That's
there
right.
and put
That's
it,
right.
make it operational so you can use it out there right away. And it works.
It did work.
It works,
It really
that's
did
right.
work. So in your job now, you've been traveling.
I have
What
literally
kind
been.
of-
Greg,
let's say
in
all
the
the
past
countries
year,
you've been in.
I have been from Budapest
Yeah.
to Bangkok and down to El Salvador.
Yeah.
Went to D.C. to present at had the privilege of presenting at the National Sheriff's Association conference
Man,
back in
that was
February. That was
awesome.
fantastic. A lot of big hitters there. I was able to have some influence on them. And the topic I talked about was what I call career integrated leadership development.
Right.
And big word for, hey, we got to start making our leaders from day one.
Yeah.
And it's
absolutely.
particularly important with cops, but any organization. You can't, unfortunately, most organizations have a tendency to promote people to
Right.
supervisory managerial positions without and assume they have those leadership abilities that make the
yeah.
difference, and yet they usually don't.
Right.
So when I was researching the police stuff before this conference, I said, well, I know what it looked like 5 years ago, 10 years ago when I was in it. I wonder what it
Right.
looks like now. And unfortunately, I was sad to see that while the policing profession's made really good gains in training people leadership concepts after they get promoted.
Yeah.
The situation at the ground level with the new folks is still, it hadn't changed basically.
Right.
And so I said, we got to change that. And so one of the things I recently did, real proud of at Fletcher, Greg, is all of our leadership classes were considered advanced training.
Okay.
Leadership's a basic.
Yeah.
class.
Exactly.
And so just like you wouldn't get to go to advanced firearms before you pass the basic firearms.
right.
Well, so I went to, we have what are called curriculum review conferences, curriculum development conferences, and that's where we go to our partner organizations, 90 plus federal agencies,
Right.
state, local, tribal,
yeah.
and we propose things to them about their training
Okay.
and let them make the decision.
Right.
And I proposed a 2-hour block for our uniform patrol training program.
Yeah.
And I said, look, you give me 2 hours with these folks to teach them basic leadership.
Yeah.
And I'll send you people that you can build on it. And by the way,
Absolutely.
they can act like leaders from day one, and you'll know they got that. And it's amazing how little time the most important stuff takes to train. Leadership,
yeah.
emotional intelligence is another thing we teach. Customer
Okay.
service excellence. We have there's a course that's being taught across the nation called Blue Courage.
Okay.
And I recently was in the process of getting instructor certification for that one.
Okay.
It reminds cops why they do what they do.
That's right. That's right.
You're
And
3 in
serve
the
the
morning
public.
and you're a cop and you've answered your 100th call.
That's right.
Seems routine, but how do you remind police officers how important their job is? You got to remind them. You got
That's
to talk
right.
about it. And I know here when I was at the Carl Vinson,
Yeah.
every job I had, I figured the same thing out.
Right.
Everybody, most people are motivated to excellence by being
Right.
appreciated for what they do. So
Exactly.
so you got to make them feel appreciated. You got to get them to keep their eye on the prize. But that takes regular conversations, regular
Right.
support, and can't be a conversation you have every 6 months. The boss has to do it.
That's
and
right.
What you're shooting for is everybody in the hall starts doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's in your organizational DNA, and everybody forgets how to do it wrong.
There you
So
go.
That's what you shoot.
But like you said, customer service has to be the focus, and then it'll all kind of fall into place.
That's
You
right.
know,
Well, it's one of those things. It's interesting because it's not just Frank talking. Research
Yeah.
bears this out. But it's one of those things like emotional intelligence that I
Yeah.
teach now
Yeah.
that it's hard for people to make the connection to practical advantages. So
Right.
if I shoot, I can see a target and then maybe I knock the bullseye out.
Yeah.
They can't make that immediate connection with service excellence and emotional intelligence and leadership, those types of things, and
Yeah.
see it as practical. So that's what me and my colleagues try to do. We try to impress people with the practical value of it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we want
absolutely.
you to do it because it's the right thing to do. It's ethical, and you want to honor their profession.
Yep.
But hey, by the way, it's good for you.
That's right.
When I was chief of police, very
Yep.
quickly, I had a 5-year plan for
Yeah.
the police department.
Right.
And within 18 months, I guess, we were
Yeah.
hitting all 8
Oh,
cylinders.
we were rocking.
That's how I ended up getting involved with so many things here at the medical center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there, wow, we've done so much. Now what do I
Yeah.
do? So I was able to help the
Exactly.
medical center some other ways because I had trust in you
Yeah.
as my captain, and Captain
Yeah.
Jones when he was there, and some other folks. I didn't have to worry about it because we
Right.
had talked about it. We talked about it every
Oh,
day,
yeah.
and it worked.
big time. Not only did you impact Carl Vinson, but you're impacting in the community.
Yeah,
Dublin,
I'm gonna
Lawrence
tell you,
County.
being communications director here,
Yeah.
and working to establish positive relationships with our community, and I include everybody in that.
That's right.
Our local citizens, our politicians, our media friends. That was a big one. I was really proud of. And to me, most important, it was our internal folks, getting out the positive stuff that they do, the positive stories, because. I would see some media outlets would accentuate the negative, and yet I'm watching all this excellence every day. That's not what it looks like.
Yep.
So being communications director and being able to get out those positive stories on the good work VA folks do.
That's it.
Never, maybe only slightly second to police work, but I think that's because I had such a passion for police work.
That's right.
But truly, getting out those positive stories. We had a couple years ago we had a story about the Vietnam veteran. Navy SEAL that was passing away, and one of our social workers, Greg Centers, and some of our nurses helped to get him take that last fishing trip he wanted to and get baptized.
We still see stuff about
we
that.
put that story out, and it went worldwide, every continent. And
it did.
I say the only continent it didn't get to was Antarctica, but I don't know that. It might have
exactly.
been. But it was really gratifying to see news articles on my automatic talk walker that showed articles from Southeast Asia, Vietnam of all places where he had served. And the only thing I could read in the articles were his name and Greg Center's name. It was,
that's right.
It was gratifying. That's all right.
And written in their language.
Thousands of hits. I finally, everybody covered ABC, NBC, Fox. Everybody covered it. And finally, I tried to collect articles, but it got to the point of just ridiculous to try. So I ended up with a list of about 1,000, and then a couple of thousand links. I think.
Wow.
It just really registered with people. So to see this gentleman get that final fishing trip because he loved fishing and actually catch a fish, it was just like it was meant to be. Because we truly didn't know. They'd just restocked Lake Leisure because our local friends in the community, Mr. Beasley down and some other good folks had just refurbished that. And we had no idea there was fish in there.
No, we sure didn't.
We say, sir, we can get you down to fish. We're committed to that. We can't promise. He said, well, don't worry about it. Just going is what I want.
Exactly.
He said, it's not about catching. It's about
made
fishing.
It happen.
And I'll be doggone if he didn't catch 3 or 4, I think. So he knew what he was doing. Even from a stretcher, even from a girl.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, he was in one of those geriatric chairs and stuff.
And that's the kind of stuff that I tried to encourage in my time, try to encourage Carl Vinson folks to do, because Greg Centers, that wasn't quote unquote his job.
Right.
He recognizes that if he's really committed to his profession as a social worker, those are the things you're shooting for.
Right.
And the nurses that helped him. Those folks didn't have to do any of that. They did it because they wanted to honor that gentleman's last week.
Exactly.
And it was important to them. And that's where you want to get your folks to.
That's
when you know you got excellence, and you want to drive that as much as you can.
We're still working on it. We got a hospital full of heroes, so the stories are going to keep coming out. So we're carrying on the tradition, and it's great. And glad you came on the show today. Good to see you.
Absolutely, glad to be
and stuff. And we'll get you on again.
Can't forget my VA folks.
That's right.
It calls. I still follow Facebook, VA Carl Vinson VA Medical Center Facebook.
That's right.
Get on there. Follow
Dublin VA Medical Center.
Dublin VA Medical Center. Dublin VA Medical Center. Great stories come out there. You can keep it. Even hurricanes. We got a hurricane about to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year we did the hurricane. I had a veteran come in and say, you know what? I knew where to go because I've been following your Facebook page. And it told you exactly what to say.
That's it.
So we hope you'll be a supporter. We see these veterans as our America's heroes, and that's what keeps these folks, and even me, I still consider myself a VA person.
That's right.
And that's what keeps us motivated. I know that's what drives people like Greg to build a media section like he's done, and some other excellence you see. And they say if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life.
Yep,
and that's what I want to see for people. I want to see people enjoying their job so much they don't watch the clock. They're not concerned about. They look up and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to leave a half hour or something."
Exactly.
That's what you're shooting for.
Yeah, that's right.
And any organization can do it, but you got to prioritize the right things, Greg.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again for being on the show, and we'll see you another time.
I'm going to be a pest. I'll be breezing back and forth through.
I hear you. All right, and folks, we'll be back with more Vinson's Voice.
Hi, I'm Jeff Cannon, President of Citizens Bank of Lawrence County. If you're presently a customer of ours, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for allowing us to be your bank. We appreciate the confidence you have placed in us and enjoy providing you with the most up-to-date banking products and services to satisfy your needs. If you're not a current customer, we would like to invite you to stop by and let us show you true community banking at its best. We concentrate on our local community, doing our part to make Dublin and Lawrence County a better place to live, work, play, and retire. We recently introduced 2 new products, eStatements and Access Now, our mobile banking app. Both of these products will help to make banking with us more convenient and will also help to provide you with a safer and more secure banking experience. So for all your banking needs, just give us a call or stop by and let us show you personal banking at its best. Citizens Bank of Lawrence County, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Rogers, and this is my wife, Deborah.
If you're unable to get out and vote, if you will call the registrar's office at 272-2841, they'll be happy to mail you an absentee ballot.
I'm asking you to cast your vote for Jimmy Rogers, County Commissioner, District 4. Thank you.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Vinson Voice. I'm your host, Greg Swartz. Got another special friend with me here, Chaplain Rod Lindsay. All right. How you doing, Chaplain?
Doing well. Pleasure to be here.
That's right.
Greg.
Fellow Army soldier. Mm-hmm. You know. But you did the 29 years.
That's right.
And stuff. I did 14 and had to call it quits and stuff because of the knees. You know. But yeah, it's great that you're here at the VA. You've been here for about what, 6
months?
6 months now. And so what we're here to talk to the audience about today is we got our Spiritual Care Week coming up in October. You want to kind of expand on that a little bit? Or?
Yes, thank you. In October, the 15th through the 19th, Chaplain Services will be hosting a Pastoral Care, Spiritual Care Week here at Carl Vinson VA Medical Center. It is a event that's sponsored by all the VAs nationwide. Our theme this year is hospitality, cultivating time. And so our chaplains will set up a display table and we will share that theme. We'll share goodies, handouts, little trinkets, and so on and so forth. And also to collaborate with staff and veterans as they stop by our display. We want to thank Greg Swartz for assisting us with our posters and flyers, and has been a very beneficial, very helpful to get medical media to support us with our Pastoral Care Week.
It was always a pleasure. You know, I mean, to me, it's a way to give back because, you know, when I was in the infantry out there in the field and stuff, or out there in Desert Storm, we see them chaplains coming. You can't do nothing but put a smile on your face
that's right.
and stuff. Because we know you guys are bringing the goodies. Usually got your ammo pouches full of some kind of hard candy. Couldn't do the chocolate in the desert.
That's right.
That's right. Had to be that hard candy, and then just coming out and fellowshipping with the ground guys, the guys that are on the ground. It just made us feel, you know, just kind of lift your spirits up, you know. It doesn't matter what religion you are or if you even practice religion.
That's right.
You know, it's about you can still be spiritual without religion.
Yes.
And stuff. That's my belief anyway. So yeah, it was always a pleasure to see you guys come out and help us out, and that's how. Matter of fact, that's how I ran into Chaplain David Julian and stuff. I ran into him in Haiti in 1994. Okay. He came out to one of our, you know, one of the locations where we were at. I think we were on Papa Doc's mansion, and we were in a perimeter there, and he came out, and same thing, you know, chaplain coming out there. So you always see the little cross up there on the helmet and on the lapels and stuff, and yep. Ammo pouches full of candy, so of course we were happy for that, you know. But yeah, that was a good thing. Now we're also resurrecting a program that we had before, and that was the Warrior to Soulmate program or retreats and stuff. But this one that's coming up is a train to trainer event where you'll train the folks to facilitate upcoming retreats. Is that correct?
Yes. Let me just say a few things about Warrior to Soulmate. This is a very good communication model program. It is education-based, it's evidence-based, and we use PAIRS curriculum. PAIRS is basically a program where it teaches emotional literacy, conflict resolution, communication skills, practical application of intimate relationship skills is what PAIR stand for, and we'll be using that curriculum. We have approximately 16 staff members, chaplains, social workers, et cetera, and volunteer spouses who will come and train for 3.5 days in late October. And they will take those skills and tools and they will be able to share them with the veterans within our community, veterans and their spouses. And we're excited about this From Warrior to Soulmate. Trainer, Chaplain Clyde Angel, who is the master trainer or guru out of Indianapolis, Indiana, VA. He is the one that's coming here in October, and the 23rd through the 26th of October. And we're leaning forward and anticipating a great time of training where we get certified to train, to facilitate these retreats on the weekend for our veterans and their significant others, not only in our community here in Lawrence County and the Dublin area, but we're going to push it out in other areas within the 49 counties, you know, to Macon and Perry, Millersville, Tifton, Albany, and Brunswick. And we're excited about taking it on the road as well.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, and you know, when we're in the military, you know, when we were in the military, you know, the spouses are with us. So they're in the military too. They're the ones that have to put up with us when we come home, let's say after a hard day, or we've been out in the field for 30 days. And, you know, sometimes we draw in, I don't know about you, but as a soldier, I, you know, sometimes kind of draw into myself and just kind of need that, I don't know, that self-time and stuff. But this Warrior Soulmate program will help open up, you kind of bridge that gap of communication between, you know, your soulmate, you know, your spouse, and all. And I think it's a wonderful program, and I'm kind of probably gonna get in on it myself, you know. So because I'm not a great communicator, but there's always room for improvement, and I'm glad you're bringing it, resurrecting it.
Great. I must say that communication is a #1 challenge in marriages today. It's not finances, that's #2, or in-laws, outlaws, raising children, duties, roles, and responsibilities. They are important, but the #1 challenge and #1 issue in marriages today is a lack of open and honest communication.
Right.
And so this program that we're bringing to our veterans will address communication skills and how to effectively communicate to one another.
Okay, well, that's great. You know, I'm looking forward to it. We can, like I said, we had it here before, but we've had a few personnel changes and stuff, so it kind of dropped off the radar and stuff. But like I said, I'm glad you're bringing it back.
Great.
So, Chaplain Rodney Lindsay, everybody, our chief of chaplains, and so we are glad to have him.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that.
All right,
glad
Chaplain.
to have you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.
All right, and folks, we'll be back with more Vinson Voice.
Guys, it's time to make your country bad boy country.
Bad Boy Mowers leads the zero-turn mower world with professional-grade power and performance, cut-quality perfection, and easy-ride innovations that can deliver a smooth ride all day, every day. In Bad Boy Country, we build them better in America to last a lifetime. 747 cc's, 60-inch cut, $49.99.
All-American value, made American strong. Mow with an attitude.
See Colored Supply and Engine Service, your Bad Boy dealer.
Fairview Fitness Center, open 24/7 with staffed hours available every day. Push your fitness further with our fitness classes. Join today and see the benefits of a healthy life. Fairview Fitness Center, serving our community for over 30 years. For more information, call 353-1900. Visit us at 200 Industrial Boulevard behind Fairview Hospital or log on to fairviewfitness.com.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Vinson Voice. I am your host, Greg Swartz. We always finish the show talking about a few events and a couple of items a couple of topics that we always like to address. First of all, on September 21st, that's going to be Friday at 3 p.m. here in our auditorium, we're going to have our POW-MIA ceremony. It's going to be put on by our American Legion Post 17. Keith Smith is going to be the moderator. And Scott Thompson, one of our local historians, is going to be the special guest speaker. It's a kind of a historic event. So I know kids are getting out of school about that time, so guess what? Grab them up and bring them here for another little history lesson, all right, because our history is important. Heroes walk these halls every day. All right, our next event after that is going to be on October 13th. It's going to be a Saturday. From 10 to 2, we're having our fall carnival out on the front lawn here. Bring your family and friends. We're going to have games set up, stations set up around the circle. For those of you that have been there, you know the deal. We're going to have vendors out there talking to you about different types of health services that the Dublin-Lawrence County area offers. So come on out and let's have a good time. Of course, after that, we've got the Veterans Day on November 11th at 11 a.m. right here in our auditorium. It's going to be a Sunday this year. So after the ceremony, we'll have our chapel services are going to put on a worship service for those that still want to go to church. All right. So sensitive subject to talk about, but veteran suicide. The crisis line. We have the crisis line right here displayed below me. The crisis line is for anybody, all right? Any suicide is too many. So if you know somebody that might be in that situation, first of all, go talk to them, all right? We talked about the warning signs last week. Go talk to them, pick up the phone, get them talking to you, and then get them to the number. Veterans will press 1 on it, but the crisis line is for everybody, all right? And then, like I always say, we can still change the world. All it takes is one act of kindness a day. I'm your host, Greg Swartz, and we'll see you next week on the Vinson Voice.